What is going on, everybody? It's Sean O'Connell, the managing director here at CinemaBlend and the co-host of the Real Blend podcast. And as you guys know, I am working my way through all of the episodes of Game of Thrones as we get ready for episode 1 of season 8, and I've worked my way all the way up to season 4. This is my first time through it. You guys have been nice enough to sort of follow along with me on this journey, so we will continue. So you're going to want to go down and hit the subscribe button. You're going to want to turn on your notifications. You're going to want to dive into the comments and have some fun talking about my reactions to things, whether my predictions are on or off. You're going to want to yell at me for taking notes, and you're going to want to comment on the fact that I'm wearing the same shirt because I'm doing a binge. So all of the things that we love about these Game of Thrones reactions, I cannot thank you guys enough for following along on this journey, which has been a total blast for me. I think the show is fantastic. And just the fact that if you go back and watch my first episode and how I struggled getting through names and places, and I'm able to now rattle off history and position of these names and characters, like they've become a part of my day-to-day. And I know a lot of you have said that these reaction videos have become a part of your day-to-day, and I can't thank you enough for enjoying the content that we're putting out here at CinemaBlend's YouTube channel. So we're going to dive into season 4, episode 1, which I'm told is called Two Swords. No clue whose swords they are. Probably doesn't even reference swords at all. Let's find out what's going on as season 4 kicks off. No map. Oh, that's significant. Okay. Who is this? Tywin Lannister? Look at this. What is he doing? New weapon? What are you doing, you kook? Oh, where are we going here? What is this new location? Meereen. Meereen? Cool. Cool.
Where did you get this much Valyrian steel?
From someone who no longer had need of it.
Oh, man.
You can't serve in the King's Guard with one hand.
Where's that written?
I can and I will. How many people in this city alone would love to see his head on a pike?
Other knights protected the king while you were a prisoner. They will continue to do so when you go home.
No.
No? Go. If serving as a glorified bodyguard is the sum of your ambition, go serve.
I suppose you want the sword back.
Keep it. A one-handed man with no family needs all the help he can get.
Oh, hey. I know that actor.
I'm here to welcome you to the capital. If there's anything I can do to make your stay in King's
What are you, his hired killer?
It started that way, aye. Now I'm a knight.
How did that come to pass?
Killed the right people, I suppose.
The last time I was in the capital was many years ago. Another wedding. My sister Elia and Rhaegar Targaryen, the last dragon. And beautiful, noble Rhaegar Targaryen left her for another woman. That started a war, and the war ended right here. They butchered those children, my nephew and niece. Carved them up and wrapped them in Lannister cloaks. The one I keep hearing is that Gregor Clegane the Mountain raped Elia and split her in half with his great sword.
I wasn't there. I don't know what...
If the Mountain killed my sister, your father gave the order. Tell your father I'm here, and tell him the Lannisters aren't the only ones who pay their debts.
That is a great, great character introduction, though. He was fantastic. What are you, a teenager now? They grow up so fast, Danny.
Dragons, Khaleesi. They can never be tamed. Not even by their mother.
What? Is that Daria?
The last man holding his sword can find a new queen to fight for.
Did they recast Dario Naharis? Did they get rid of Whitesnake? Did he have to go on tour with Skid Row?
I am your husband. Let me help you.
How can you help me?
I don't know, but I can try.
Do you know what they did to my brother? How they sewed his direwolf's head onto his body? And my mother. They say they cut her throat to the bone and threw her body in the river.
Your mother would want you to carry on. You know it's true.
Will you pardon me, my lord? I'd like to visit the Godswood.
Of course, of course. Prayer can be helpful, I hear.
They don't pray anymore. It's the only place I can go where people don't talk to me.
She has had a really rough arc, Sansa. Has anything good gone her way this entire time? Ooh, gold hand.
The hook would be more practical.
Elegant, I think.
It's like a Bond villain now.
Something's changed.
Everything's changed. You come back after all this time with no apologies in one hand and expect everything to be the same.
What do you want me to apologize for?
For leaving me.
I murdered people so I could be here with you.
You took too long.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you took too long.
You said you put 3 arrows in him.
I did.
I've seen you slip a shaft through a rabbit's eye at 200 yards.
She missed
If
on
that
purpose.
boy's still walking, it's because you let him go.
Yep, she missed on purpose. True love. And yes, everyone, I know they got married in real life, which is awesome. Good for them. I'm very happy. Very touching. I've come full circle on her character. I told you guys that.
Thens. I fucking hate thens.
I know we've had our differences, Tormund. But just one time, before you die, you really ought to try Crow.
Could this become like a Mad Max spinoff?
Loose!
They're ready for you. He's wanted to hang me for a while. Now's his chance.
No one's going to hang you. You've done nothing wrong.
I've done plenty wrong.
You really have, John.
So you admit you murdered Corin Harvan?
The Free Folk would have boiled him alive, but letting me kill him...
The Free Folk? Listen to him. He even talks like a wildling now.
Nah, I talk like a wildling. I ate with the wildlings. I climbed the wall with the wildlings. I lay with a wildling girl.
The boy must die.
If we beheaded every ranger who lay with a girl, the wall would be manned by headless men.
He's a changed man, huh? Wearing the weight of everything he's experienced.
I am acting commander here, Maester Daemon.
Yes, you are.
And I don't trust the bastard.
You told the truth?
And you always know when a man is telling a lie. How did you acquire this magical power?
I grew up in King's Landing.
My word.
My lady, my lady. Please pardon me for interrupting.
Aren't you just marvelous? Absolutely singular. I hear you knocked my grandson into the dirt like the silly little boy he is.
All the King's Guard will be on duty, of course. Sir Boris will be stationed here. Sir Preston will be stationed here beside
That's a great, good parallel. I can't get over that there's a different actor playing Dari. I'll get used to it.
You are a gambler, aren't you?
This guy's so much better. Should just cast him in the first place. Ooh, Danny likes him. Ooh. That's gross.
There's one on every mile marker between here and Marine.
I'll tell our men to ride ahead and bury them. You don't need to see this.
You will do no such thing. I will see each and every one of their faces.
You made a promise.
More of
To
these
return
two.
Starkels to their mother, who is now dead.
To keep them safe.
Where will she be safer than here?
Look me in the eye and tell me that you think she'll be safe in King's Landing.
Are you sure we're not related? Ever since I returned, every Lannister I've seen has been a miserable pain in my arse. Maybe you're a Lannister too. You've got the hair for it, not the looks.
I want these two to hook up so badly. Forget Cersei. I ship those two.
It's all right.
Sir Dontos.
But this is worth more than my life.
Wear it. Let my name have one more moment in the sun before it disappears from the world.
When am I going to get a horse of my own?
Little lady wants a pony.
The little lady wants away from your stench. I know him. The small one. His name is Pulliver. He captured us and took us to Harrenhal. He's still got it.
What horn?
My sword. Needle.
Needle. Of course you named your sword.
Lots of people name their swords.
Lots of
I heard that Joffrey's dog had tucked tail and run from the Battle of the Blackwater. I didn't believe it. But here you are.
Here I am. Bring me one of those chickens.
You got money to pay for it?
You paid for it.
No. But we're the king's men.
I'll still take that chicken.
Tell you what. We'll trade you. One of our little chickens for one of yours.
Good luck.
Give us a go at your friend.
You're a talker. Listening to talkers makes me thirsty. And hungry. Think I'll take 2 chickens.
You don't seem to understand the situation.
I understand that if any more words come pouring out your mouth, I'm gonna have to eat every fucking chicken in this room.
You lived your life for the king. You're gonna die for some chickens.
Someone is.
Something wrong with your leg, boy?
What?
It took a long time for the payoff, but it's there. Hey, she got a horse. And we're off and running with Season 4, Episode 1, Two Swords. Has a lot of meanings, like the episode titles of Game of Thrones often have multiple meanings. We start off with Jaime getting a new sword forged with very specific iron. And we get Arya winning her sword back at the end, Needle, a sword that was taken from her. We get one of the greatest introductions in the show so far. Prince Oberyn Martell, who is in town for the royal wedding, gets this bold, colorful introduction of, first off, slips into town before Tyrion's able to greet his party, goes right to the whorehouse, has a reputation for bedding almost all of Westeros, handpicks the girl who is going to sleep with both him and his lover, and then gets right into a fight with Lannister soldiers, essentially. And I'm loose on the history. I'm going to have to sort of read up and do some analysis, but I understand that his sister had ties to the Lannisters and was mistreated, and so he does not... he has a vendetta against Tywin and the Mountain, it sounds like. So it feels like that's a seed for something that's been planted that's going to play out. We catch up with Sansa, and she gets an ally of sorts in Ser Dantos, who is the Ser Dantos, who's this drunk fool who owes his life to Sansa because she spared him when Joffrey wanted to have him killed. Death by wine, if I recall. Death by wine, which would have been pretty awful. Awful, awesome, I don't know. Debate. I can go either way on that one. Heavy emphasis on the Lannisters in this one. And Dario was recast. Is that what happened? I mean, that guy, he looks completely different. I mean, I made fun of Whitesnake for several episodes, and listen, the guy who played Dario is not a very good actor. No offense, dude, if you're watching this. And the new Dario seems to be pretty good, but that's distracting for right now. And they're important because we're marching on a new place that we met on the map, which is Meereen. And Dany's marching on it, and as she gets closer to it, she sees slave girls from the city dangling from posts, and of course that's going to, ignite in Dany's compassionate heart the fact that she's going to have to set free all the people who are being enslaved, and she will, I would assume, add to her army because that's what Dany does. So there we are. Stay with me on this journey. We will continue to burn through the episodes of Season 4. Go down, hit the subscribe button. It will tell you every single time that we post a new Game of Thrones reaction video here at CinemaBlend's YouTube page.